welcome back to the soundstage here at Western Roofing Expo. I'm Heidi Ellsworth, and we are on the Coffee Conversations live soundstage sponsored by Everroof and General Coatings. Wow. What a time we are having. It is just so many people, great events, and I am just so thrilled to have Tony from Progressive Materials here with me. Welcome to the soundstage.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great.
We do a lot together at different shows.
We
I
have.
know, as we see each other, and I mean, it's like old hometown.
The old wave through the crowd.
Yeah, it's kind of like family reunion.
It is. It is.
It's so cool.
Roofing is such a huge industry, but it's such a small community.
It is. It is. And once you're in, you never get out.
That's right.
It's the rule.
Right.
Okay, so let's start with an introduction.
Yeah.
And your name, and then also what you do, and tell us a little bit about PM.
Absolutely. So I'm Tony Knoebel. I'm one of the directors of sales nationally for Progressive Materials. We're a silicone manufacturing company located in New Albany, Indiana. We have around 16 sales guys across the country that are selling our wares to the contractors across the world. Yeah. And we also do a lot of things overseas as well. So we're all over the place.
You are all over the place. I tell you what, I'm always love the e-news. I love the information that goes out. You guys are like right in the front of what's happening thought leadership wise.
And Klaus does a great job of that. Klaus is our marketing director. He's standing off camera right now, but he does a great job of getting the word out and doing the things that we need to do.
It's really true, because right now roof restoration it's just, I'm amazed at the amount of contractors that are looking for information on roof restoration, how to do it, what it's about, adding it to their business. What are you seeing from your contractors?
Well, we're seeing the same thing. We're getting introduced to a lot of companies that come up and say, we've never done coatings before, but we want to learn more about them.
Right.
And they want to go through the gamut of, how does silicone compare to acrylics, compared to urethanes, compared to whatever else is out there. And so we're able to sit down with them and discuss with them the advantages and the benefits of going with a silicone coating, as well as some of the other advantages to some of the other coatings, depending on where they're at in the country.
And it's so important, because building owners are starting to understand and asking for this, and some homeowners, right, in certain parts of the country. So as contractors are really trying to understand what's best for their climate, for the situation, the type of roof and so forth, what are some of the things that you're really talking to your contractors about, some key elements that they should be considering?
Well, for us, it's always about the prep work, right? Prep work is what's going to run the bus on this. So as long as the roof in and of itself is in good enough shape to coat, that's where we start, right? Because if it's 80% saturated and it's got holes and it's peeling off and all that stuff, it's not a good candidate to coat.
No.
Right? So we're gonna make sure they're doing that first, fixing the roof up to where it's coatable, and then putting the coating on it.
Yeah, and the fact that I talk about this a lot because it's kind of near and dear to my heart, but the opportunity when it is the right roof to restore it it's protecting our landfills.
Oh, absolutely.
There's just so many positives from an environmental, not to mention energy and reflectivity. What are you seeing around that?
Absolutely. So typically what we're looking at is somewhere around that 40%. Some will say less, some will say more. But in that 40% range, as long as you're not tearing off any more than that, we can keep the rest of it there and replace it and then coat back over top of it. So it does reduce the landfill exposure by at least half or better on the roofs that we do.
That's amazing, and it's great. So what are you hearing in the booth from these Western State contractors?
Oh, they're all very interested in some of the different things that we have. We've got a couple of new products out there that we're really excited about, including our Ready Patch, which is an emergency repair material.
Excellent.
It's a modified silicone, so it's got all kinds of great advantages. It can be applied underwater, all that stuff for emergency repairs. And the best thing for me is that a lot of those emergency repair products are things that you'd have to go back and tear back out when the weather's good.
Yeah.
But this is more of a permanent repair.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 to 20 years out of it, no problem.
When you think about how many companies out there either have growing and well-established service and maintenance programs or are wanting to start it, that's an important product.
It's a great product to have on the truck.
Yeah.
Right? It's the go-to, because being a modified silicone, it's going to stick to silicone. Silicone's going to stick to it. It's going to stick to acrylics. Acrylics are going to stick to it. So it's paintable within an hour, and it can be applied underwater.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What else new do you have in the booth?
Well, there's always the SL800, which is our surface leveling product that we use for going over top of built up with gravel roofs, as long as they're not coal tar pitch, things of that nature. So we've got all kinds of good things going on.
That is great. And feedback from the contractors on some of these new products?
Man, it's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. They love the Ready Patch. It's a much more thick material, much heavier in body.
Wow.
So if you go after it with a chip brush, that material is just going to eat that chip brush up and swallow it. So you're going to need a trowel or something a little bit more heavier to push it around.
But I know you have a very robust training program.
Absolutely. Yeah. One of the things that's great about Progressive Materials is, our founding father comes from the contracting side of things.
Right.
So we know what it's like, and a bunch of us employees all come from the contracting side. So we know what it's like to be the contractor.
Yeah.
We know what it's like to try to get a hold of your manufacturer's rep or whatever and can't get a hold of them. So we pride ourselves on our customer service and knowing exactly what the contractor's going to need and want and getting it to them before they even need and want it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You guys are great.
Thank you.
You can find all this information about Progressive Materials on their directory on Roofers Coffee Shop, along with videos, articles, just some great information that can help you get started or grow what you already have.
That's right.
With these new products.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of the show.
Thank you.
We have a little bit of time left.
Yeah, a little bit left.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we're going to be back. We have all kinds of interviews today, so don't go too far. We'll see you soon. Yay! I love it.